Welcome, Raiders. I see a Dead Aussie gamer. That's exciting. I just got, we just had a lovely conversation with a fabulous Scottish lich, not lich, sorry, a Scottish mimic, a very Sean Connery mimic.
Sean Connery mimic.
Which was delightful. So I'm super excited to have you all here as we do all kinds of crazy stuff. So welcome. I would like to first off say thank you for joining us today. And I hope that your Wednesday is going to be delightful because you are here with us. Get ready for some epic and delightful storytelling as we begin to face down the armies of Kilnasi, the Lich Queen. So, very much like Dag's channel, everything you do here will help the players. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that you can do to help out our players, to make them stronger, faster, all that good stuff. We've got all kinds of fabulous ally points that you can spend to give them bonuses or even haste. You can, anytime anybody throws bits or subs, there are rewards for our players. And if we hit a hype train, there are things that will alter the entire session because of that. So, as we do all of those things, please feel free to help our delightful players out in that way. They really appreciate it, and I definitely create battles where I try to murder my players, so it can be very helpful. And with that, hey, Malik, why don't you tell me what happened to you last time?
Oh, we had a pretty brutal battle with Kilnasi's spy mistress, and Malik got beaten into a pulp, hid in the ground, came up with a plan, came back up, and the problem had already been solved by Athul. That's why I had a plan to take action.
Yeah, absolutely. It was that battle got really intense and really weird, really fast.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was absolutely here for it. So it's
Hey,
wonderful.
man, we gotta throw something at the wall until it sticks.
Right? And I see Phantom screaming for the Wheel of Chaos. That is definitely my favorite mechanic that we have here at the channel. Anytime somebody throws 5 subs, everybody gets to roll on the Wheel of Chaos, which gives them like powers from perhaps their class, but sometimes from other classes, and they have to get real creative about how they're going to use it. So that's delightful. And with that, I'd like to mention our first sponsor, Hero Forge, who is now sponsoring all of our streams. It is amazing. If you want to level up your character design, head over to Hero Forge, where you can set up your characters for free in 3D and then utilize them in your games and on your channels. It's friggin' amazing. I absolutely adore them. You can see our Hero Forge characters right behind us. And in some cases with a tool right in front of us, which we all designed ourselves in Hero Forge. It's so much fun to do it. So please head over there, support them as they are supporting us. And hey, Gorf, what the hell happened to you last time? Okay, fabulous. Hey, Crow, what happened to you last time?
Well, apparently, word of caution to everyone, apparently naming one of your drakes after a archdevil's rival isn't really a good idea. It might piss them off, actually. I thought it was going to be like a cool thing. You're just like, hey, yeah, you're like sisters, but apparently not. And that ice drake froze me in place. Then I was bullied by this archfiend for a measure of time. I'm very worse aware. Good news, Athul tracked their soul, got control over a Leviathan, and now I have my ice drake back, so that's good.
Yes, you absolutely do. I think the other lesson, though, is do not accept gifts from powerful devils.
I don't think that was. I don't think I was elected at all. I think it's just I should have named it differently. Is all.
Obviously, yes. You know
Yeah,
what, you're
obviously
right.
that's the
You're
route I
right.
should have taken. I just disrespected her.
This wasn't like her plan all along. Or
Oh yeah, no. This is
no.
this is
No.
absolutely an emotional response.
Yeah, no, it was, and we get that. We get that. It's very sad. But I'd like to mention another one of our sponsors, Phoenix Dice. We love Phoenix Dice so much that we give away Phoenix Dice every single stream. So hit !raffle in the chat to enter to win your own set of Phoenix Dice. We love Phoenix Dice because they make everything from recycled materials, because they love the world we live in just as much as all the worlds we play in. So when you win a Phoenix Dice from us, you don't just get one set of dice, you get any set of dice that you want on their entire website, and they've got some glorious dice over there. So come on, Dice Goblins, get in chat, get you some dice. Very excited. And today, if we can get up to, we're very close, if we can get up to 140 subscribers today, we will do an extra dice giveaway. So jump in there, get you some dice. And now, hey, Ethul, what happened to you last week?
Oh, just dealt with a giant water snake, a crazy devil lady, and just to test out some of the interactions with the planar touchstones, I attempted to make a contract. And look at that, I stuck her soul in a sword, and now I think I broke reality because I control 2 touchstones by extension.
Yeah, this is definitely something that you are going to be dealing with now. The power of 2 planar touchstones. 2 very powerful planar touchstones. Coursing through you.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't
we will.
explode like a balloon.
This is gonna be delightful. Watching the whole universe just shatter because of all kinds of
Rumble
crazy.
around us.
Yeah. You fucked around, and you will find out.
I mean, are you really playing D&D if you're not threatening the multiverse?
No, you aren't.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's correct. You're playing some weird game with dice. That's what's going on there. So
That's just you throwing dice at each other.
yeah,
Math
absolutely.
with extra
Absolutely.
steps.
With that, I'd like to mention some of our other fabulous sponsors, like Souls Rolls, who does amazing work helping people pull together their lives and their businesses. So definitely head over to soulsrolls.com, and he can set up a half an hour with him. He can help you organize all kinds of crazy stuff. We absolutely adore him here. Realm Warp Media, who is the publisher for all of the magnificent anthologies that we are creating through the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. Gemmed Firefly, who is the merch store for the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. So if you want a fabulous t-shirt or mug or something delightful like that will also support the foundation, jump over there, grab some super fabulous stuff. And of course, D&D Beyond, because dear God, if I didn't have D&D Beyond, I would just be gibbering in the corner crying about how many pieces of paper I have to shuffle around to run a session. And of course, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. If you look down on your screen, you can see a code there. This code is good for a week, so if you're watching the VOD, you can still use it. And you will get an Electrum chest in-game at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, which is a fabulous mobile game where you get to play as, guess what? Champions of the Forgotten Realms, yay! So, with that, hey Gorf, hope your sound's better. What's going on over there? What happened to you last time?
Oh, yeah, well, I'm not particularly proud of it, but I got put in a cage. And then I kind of felt some kind of way towards the lady that was fighting us, which I know it wouldn't have worked. I know it, but but still, so I kind of feel bad for her that now she's in a dual sword.
I mean,
But we won, so I guess that's all that really matters in the end.
Yeah, you did it. You did it.
I mean,
And
they
now
did
there's-
it. Athul did it. I kind of was just there, honestly. Kind of.
You tried real hard, though.
I did.
You tried,
I
you
did.
tried real hard.
Yeah. I did my best.
And I
Sometimes
appreciate
it's all you can do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you have friends, because you can't do everything yourself, can you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Rely on
And-
us a little bit.
As they all defeated this monstrous tiefling, they then headed over to Jar Sayi, knowing that that was one of the places that the armies of the Lich Queen was about to attack. So, hey everybody, who wants to play some D&D? Anybody? Nobody?
Eh,
Yeah.
no.
Let's
That
do
sounds
it.
like a lot of work, man.
That sounds like a
It
lot
is.
of
It's true.
commitment.
It's true. It is a lot of work.
I mean, I have to like check my schedule. Looks like I'm free like right now, actually. So-
Oh, well,
we
that's
can-
good.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm like,
convenient.
apparently I'm free.
Well, that's cool. Oh, well, I think then we should play some D&D.
Yeah.
All
You know
right.
what? I think we deserve that.
If you're pulling my arm.
I'm twisting all of the things to make this happen. I want chat to realize that I am working really hard to make these guys play some damn D&D. Yes, let's do it. Hey, let's set the scene, shall we?
All right.
As you enter the elemental city of Jar Sayi, standing in the very center, you see the city motivated and moving to war. The sections of the city that had been run down and ramshackled have been repurposed. You see buildings that had been decrepit have now been completely torn down and used to reinforce the buildings around them. The palaces arrayed around the city have been turned into forts, their magical defenses reinforced as a last line of defense against the armies of the Lich Queen. You see Tempest, the Elder Air Elemental, holding up the Palace of the Wind, destroyed with a giant Illithid ship. As you look off into the distance, the desert between Nanked and the elemental city of Jar Sayi, you see the dust rising. The army is approaching. It looks to be several days away, but you cannot identify exactly what's within it, as the dust kicked up in the desert is screening the numbers. But it must be huge, as a wall of sand miles and miles wide is being created by their movement. You stand in the center of the city. Where will you go?
I look over to Tempest. The winds making their way upward, keeping the palace to the air ganassi afloat. And I like turn back towards the party. I have some things I want to deliver to Granny. I think she'd actually be able to maybe mass produce these flame rolls and dynamo rights to bolster our forces. Better to see if we have a chance, especially with the armies on their way over.
Absolutely.
I would agree.
There's no time to waste.
Is everybody
start.
okay? No limbs missing? Everybody still intact?
It feels like I have some, but
Intact is a strong word. But give it a night and some medical attention, and I'll be all right.
I wonder if our rooms are
Thank
still
God.
there.
I could use a nap.
I could use a nap and a tour of the city. I don't think I've been here before.
Oh, you've never been to Jersey? Well, I just
bet
kind
you
of
in
go
for
up
a
close.
treat.
I kind of like go over to him. Okay, in order to get over to the Air Elemental Palace, we're gonna need to go through the kind of Fire Ganassi side of town. Hide your pouches. They like to steal things. It's a part of the culture. Don't worry. Don't get mad if they do. But, like, if you want to not be robbed, it's best to kind of, keep your belongings close to your person.
I doubt anyone will try to steal from us. They thought I ate someone last time for it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And aren't you known as
Just
the
for
Poison
everyone
Brigade
in
there?
chat, for the purpose of understanding some of this lore, there is each section of the city sort of hates the other sections of the city. This was an experiment to see if all the four elements could actually live and work together, and it did not work very well.
They tried.
In the fire section of the city, there is a game that they play where essentially they're all rogues, and so they'll keep several money pouches on their person, and the game is to see who can end up with the most money pouches at the end of the day, essentially to prove their skills. So they're literally just pickpocketing each other all day, all the time. People who are new to the city don't necessarily understand that that's the case. And sometimes, people make mistakes about who they are trying to, pickpocket. And in one case, they pickpocketed Gorf, and Gorf then accidentally killed one of them.
No. That was
Oh,
me.
it was you.
It was
That's right, you.
Kalana electrocuted someone to death. Gorf killed no one and was blamed for everything.
Yeah, because Gorf was the very public figure.
Well,
He was the big guy.
very
Dressed
publicly,
around with a giant
Gorf
axe.
knocked someone out and stuffed him in the bag of holding, and everyone just assumed that he just swallowed them whole.
Yes.
We have a reputation here, is what you're
Oh.
saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They also have a nickname.
Oh boy.
Poison Brigade.
The poison.
Yeah.
The Poison Brigade. Because they walked into these shops and kept asking about various poisons very loudly. The Air Genasi, so the same way that the Fire Genasi they're all sort of rogues and they have that game. The Air Genasi, they are gossipers.
Massive
And
gossips.
so they're very, very polite to your face, but then like the rumor mill starts.
The
And
gossip literally
by the
spreads
time
like
they
the wind.
Yeah, by the time they had gotten to the palace, they had already gained a nickname. Like they hadn't even got there themselves yet, and everybody had heard of them. So
What you're saying is that we should offer to cook for people now that we have a reputation here.
Yeah, I'd be like,
absolutely.
hey, you want a swig of
Absolutely,
my
yes.
my water skin?
Oh my God.
I don't think anyone is gonna take us up on that offer.
No, I know it's like threatening, but it's like passive aggressive
Ah.
threatening.
Ah.
Yeah,
I.
I think that's how that works.
Wow. You're really
Absolutely.
you're taking a page out of the water Ganassi. We didn't even hang out with them that much.
No, you didn't. You found out that they're the mean girls
Yeah.
of the city.
Ah, man, this really brings us back. We should really try to get in contact with Felix one of these days. After the whole war thing is over.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
figure
that
out
would be nice.
how to contact your dead friend.
Yeah. Well, he's an angel now. He's not dead in the traditional sense.
No, he's still very much dead.
He's very much dead.
He exists
Well,
out there somewhere.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
So,
No.
well, if there's nothing you guys want to do in any of the other parts of town, let's head over to the palace that we kind of destroyed by accident. Yeah, also that illicit ship was our fault too. We caused a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have seen it before you guys got here.
So you're saying I shouldn't admit that I'm with you?
Oh no, you're cool. We're cool now. They
Kinda
like us
have
now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
We're like
But you know,
It's fine.
we're like famous, but also like
They,
infamous.
I mean, they
Welcome
also
to the
did.
Poison
I mean,
Brigade, buddy.
those are the bad things. They also brought democracy to the city, and were granted a wish by the rulers of the city.
yeah.
After handing over power to Granny, a fabulous gnome.
She's an amazing artificer. She actually lived inside of the massive kind of the rock formation that is being held up, like underground with the kobolds and gnomes. She was kind of like the head of them, and actually acted as the very, very inbred, like, king's kind of advisor, and was kind of operating things in
Very
the behind the
inbred.
scenes. She's very awesome.
Nobody even knew gnomes existed. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had hidden for almost 1,000 years.
We only stumbled across them because one of them ended up drilling up and actually helping us out. They drilled right into an earth elemental that was trying to kill us.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I remember that. I still need to give that guy a drink.
Well, where would you like to go first?
To the palace.
All right, Well, which palace? There are 4 of them.
There are 4. The air palace. The
Alright,
palace
so
with the chalice.
Well, then let's head over there to the floating city. The delightful, delightful floating section of the city.
Now that you have the heart of the air, we don't have to.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I got
there,
this.
Right?
And I immediately kind of like get them all together. And I just look at the ground and like aim down, cast gust of wind. And as we're going up, just guiding us along the wind until we get up there. So we don't have to purchase any.
Whoa!
Gorf! Gorf! Spread your arms! No, not a ball! Don't cannonball!
For those who don't know, there is a section of the city that the air genasi separated themselves from the rest of the city on the back of the wind elemental Tempest, who is holding up the entire island. That is the air genasi home. In order to get there, the Tempest is about 2 miles high, so this island is about 2 miles up in the air. In order to get up there, you have to normally take hang gliders, and then utilize the winds of the Tempest to actually rise up to the floating mountain. But because Crow is fabulously linked to our delightful Tempest, they can just do it without, so that they won't get robbed like they did last time. So that's fun.
We don't get to go beat up that shopkeeper that stole his faulty equipment.
I was so tempted, you have no idea.
We have bigger plan, like fish to deal with here, guys.
I love it.
Priorities. All right.
So it will take you a little bit of time as you all are sort of riding the winds of this air elemental. It'll take you a little bit of time to get up to the top. You see, as you begin rising up, you see the stone piers that stick out from the island itself that have been created as a landing space to allow entrance to the city without having to land inside the city itself. On the first level is the market level. Are you going to explore anything in this area, or are we heading straight to the palace?
We don't get paid ever, so.
as we're making our way, I'm gonna try to like get a beat on what the current gossip is.
Absolutely. As you begin to pass, you definitely notice that everybody sort of like puts on a brave smile and then stops talking as soon as you get within earshot. And then as soon as you pass, then it's just,
Look, can I attempt to like conjure like a subtle way to like amplify what they're saying so I can hear them? Like have their words be carried on the winds towards me.
You you can make me a I feel like this would be a, let's call it an insight check.
All right.
Trying to do this, and you can do it with advantage as you try to sort of bring words to you.
All right. First roll of the game.
Hit us with it.
23.
Nice.
Okay.
Absolutely. You get to hear what's going on around you, and it is just essentially it's very typical for those that get most of their information through gossip instead of more traditional means. The narrative around your presence has been a little twisted. Now it's not so much about helping bring democracy to the city. You hear whispers all about every time they show up, it's just like the whole city falls apart. It's crazy. There's like last time they were here, the island shifted. We're so much higher. It takes so much longer to get up and down from the island now. And they destroyed the palace. And like, I don't know, they like a bunch of people tried to kill the sovereign. I mean, it's just, I mean, they murdered a bunch of people in the street. Like, I just know.
Oh. I kind of like, I go over to Malik. So you know that thing I said about them liking us now? Yeah, no, pretend you don't know us. Pretend you don't know us. Pretend you do not know us.
So I'm very curious, Malik, are you walking in a group with them, or are you like trailing?
I was walking in a group with them. I'm probably now pretending that like I have no idea what their I'm not sure how I would pretend I have no idea what their reputation is. But definitely that like shocked look, create this like giant shocked look, and then take a few steps away and maintain a bit more distance, or even like
Absolutely.
ask someone for directions to the temple and walk separately to get there.
As you sort of separate yourself from the crowd, or from the really what it is, it's an empty space that moves with everybody else.
It's great to command respect.
Like we're making our way through and like everyone just kind of like part ways like there's a plague. Just like nope.
Absolutely.
There's a perfect
you can
open
sort of
circle.
You can sort of stay on the edge of the crowd itself, sort of moving just behind that open space. And that will allow you to sort of participate in the gossip if you'd like, but also you are in the market area, so there are definitely people reaching out to you and being like, fresh, I've got rugs over here. I've got new and exciting things. We've got the best prices over here.
Ooh, well, I'll definitely grab some street food. I imagine I am famished after fighting an entire battle and then a single and the combat and running from Delver's Dream. It's been a long day.
Yeah. I
has.
feel like that should just be the motto for Delver's Dream. It's just, it's been a long day.
We have a lot of very long days.
Yeah, like it's, I do enjoy the fact that like we'll go through like 4 sessions and then suddenly realize, oh, this is still within the same 24 hours. That's going on. Oh yeah, we should take a break.
Yeah, and I'll probably spread a couple of my own rumors about just I was in Delver's dream, and the entire city's been teleported to another plane, and who knows what's going on there.
As you say that, like you start hearing, like you can give that to a street vendor, and you'll start hearing weird iterations of it as you move forward. There's as you head over to the street vendor, you notice that there's a lot of what looks like sort of poultry on display, and there's not like a huge amount of like veggies available. It seems like it's a lot of bird, different forms of bird, and definitely there's some fish, but a lot of bird.
Well, hey, I will get like some sort of baked chicken wings or something along those lines. Eat on the move.
You look like a big strapping lad. You're gonna need some food to keep you upright, aren't you? That's right. Come on over here. That is fantastic seagull salad stand. And you realize that all of these, they're like seagulls or anything that's flying above the island, essentially, gets shot down, and that's what you're gonna be eating. So there's you can definitely get like some wings if you want, and they're all different sizes. Like one probably was an albatross. There's a couple that you see in there that make me a nature check.
All right.
And let's see 17. What you know. A 17. There's a couple, like you notice, like there's probably what looks like seagulls, like there's obviously some chicken in there. It looks like there's some larger ones, like maybe like, you know, petrels or like some albatross. And then you see a couple things in there that you're like, I think that might be like harpy wings or something.
God.
Like,
oh God, those are people.
I don't know. This is yeah. So there's definitely a nice assortment. Do you just want like a mixed bucket?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the mixed bucket.
The family
that,
bucket?
will fit in one hand because I don't want wings that were once people.
Yeah. Now you can sort of pick out the ones that one of the things that you know is that harpies tend to like skew a little not great.
Yeah.
As far as their personalities.
But that's still like a bit too talky to be comfortable eating.
Absolutely. Are you gonna question this guy about what he's telling you?
So where do you source these wings exactly? That's a very large wing. That's larger than my arm.
Oh, well, you know, there are plenty of those that have been attacking this floating island over here. Coming down from Non-Ked, we had a whole swarm of harpies come at us, and well, food's getting a little scarce because you got most of our trades, our trade routes being cut off by I don't know if you know this, but there's some zombies and some machines wandering around the land doing all kinds of crazy things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we figured if you're gonna try to kill us, we're gonna eat you.
Well, waste not, I guess.
That's right. You get it. You understand.
Gorf, while all this is happening, has not heard the conversation at all, but sees Malik over by the stand and sees what he just believes to be a big chicken wing. And he's gonna go grab it, put down like 5 gold, be like, is this enough? And then just like start eating the giant harpy wing because it's like, absolutely. This is my size. Just like starts eating it.
For the 5 gold, he literally like starts. You see like a duffel bag behind there, and he just starts filling up the duffel bag with random wings and handing it to you. So you know,
he's like nodding while he's eating, like, oh.
I'm going to step away from the stall while this is happening.
So,
I'm just like, nope.
If the harpies were attacking here, that means even they're being displaced from their natural habitats.
Mm-hmm.
That's
or they're being recruited. both of which are unpleasant options.
Yeah.
Gorf
They
through
are.
mouthfuls. What about harpies?
What are your thoughts on cannibalism, my dude? Well, does it count as cannibalism? I guess
Yeah,
it's
what
sort of
doesn't count as
fair-
cannibalism to your kind?
Oh my
What are you
God.
talking about?
I mean, it's definitely like that. This is the heavy questions. We're having a very philosophical session today. I think
You're
Chat
eating a
definitely
harpy.
does have a good question. What sauce are you getting?
What sauce am I getting? I'm probably getting like some sort of heavy barbecue sauce, some garlic
Absolutely.
sauce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gorf got wallet sauce, for sure.
I'm pretty.
Oh
Ooh.
my god!
Something spicy.
You should get. Oh man, they probably use some spices from the fire ganassi. Ah.
Oh yeah, they do. They
Oh.
do. So you can get it real hot. If you're getting super hot sauce, I will need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
You know what? I will sample some of the super hot sauce. Let's see how this goes for me.
Yeah.
24.
Okay.
damn.
Oh damn.
24. You're just straight up like, it's fine. I've been
This
better.
is the good stuff.
I mean, it's no gore sausage, but.
Well, we all know that's just king of the food market.
Gorf is like nodding yes, as he's eating.
As you say Gorf sausage, the guy that you're standing in front of is just like, oh my god, yes, those are amazing. I had some of those when I visited Valencia a couple years ago. They're the best sausages ever. And suddenly the narrative in the gossip around is now all about whether Gorf sausage is fabulous or if the meat place sausage is fabulous.
Yes.
So
Oh,
it just
no.
sends out some whispers about Gorf sausage being the best and how it won the competition.
Oh yeah.
There's like, oh yeah, no, it was. I mean, did you hear though that like the people that like won the sausage competition tried to blow up the entire town?
They have like the Facebook of like information.
that-
Honestly,
Yeah,
like
that was
someone's like
Unabomers.
fucking aunt is like sharing all this shit, and like everyone's just like, oh, this is true.
They've just got
Yeah.
like Air
So
Genasi
first we're the
shock
Poison
jocks
Brigade, and now we're the
spreading-
Unabombers. Great.
spreading
No, you literally
weirdest
see
rumors.
like in various sections of the town, like there will be like a building that will have like it'll sort of stick out a little and it'll have like 4 different windows that all open on like onto different areas, and you'll see people like running from one window, opening it up and talking to somebody on this side, and then closing the window and running across and opening that window and telling someone else. So yes, and one of them does happen to be an elderly Air Genasi with a very tight white bun in very demure dress. That is something that you notice about the entire section of the city, is that everybody, like, they're all sort of buttoned up from head to foot. Like, they don't show a lot of skin here.
Very conservative.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad that you've had a chance to eat your duffel bag of wings. And because it does have sauce, you are trailing a little, sort of like it's leaking through the bottom of the bag.
Of course.
There's no attract. That's not
He
gonna
was-
come
He
by.
was in
Any
such a
other way.
hurry to fill it up, he forgot to put the liner in it.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean that's
this is how
important.
it goes sometimes.
That's the risk you take.
That's
Just
true.
don't eat the bottom layer of the wing.
The bottom layer.
It'll be fine.
Wow.
You know, you get lint and stuff in those.
You see, as you are heading away from the cart, you see him like pass like 2 of the gold coins to like a child that looks sort of like a messenger, and whispers something to him. The child like runs off. And what would you like to do now, Malik? You have now very, very easily been associated with the Poison Brigade because Gorf decided to come back
Yeah.
and to consume large quantities with you.
Well,
I just like pat him on the shoulder. You tried, buddy. It's okay.
I guess we're committed to this. We might as well head over to the temple and hopefully hopefully I at least don't get painted as a cannibal by the rumor mill.
Oh boy. Well,
That's gonna be my goal here. I'm sure I've already failed, but
yeah,
it's gotta be my goal.
You have wings. You're eating wings. It's not a long journey to take.
Ooh, I've gotten an advantage for the
Nice.
You do for surviving that hot wing check. There you go. I love it. All right, as you continue through the town, you definitely notice that there are far more market stalls that are selling things like weapons and armor than had been previously. And you notice that there are a lot of mercenaries from Valencia here, especially Aarakocra. You see Aarakocra patrols in the air. They're flying over you like once every 2 minutes. It looks like there's like literally an army that is just circling the perimeter of this island.
Air patrol. Nice.
Where are you headed now?
Some of the best in the business.
Mm-hmm. About how far off are we from the palace proper?
So you're on the first level of the mountain. The palace is on the third level. So the first level is like where you land. It's the market areas. That's where most of the taverns are. Then the second tier is mostly residential and industrial. And then you've got the tier that is the palace and where the nobility live.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh, go on.
I was gonna say,
Gorf, is like, here, can you hold this for a sec? And hands Malik the duffel bag. Like, I forgot I got a new cloak.
he's gonna pull out of his bag the cloak of eyes, just like put it over himself.
Getting barbecue
And
sauce
I
all over
will-
the cloak.
Redeem that.
Oh my God.
Oh
How
my
much
God.
is that? I think that's 75,000
Yeah,
channel
75,000.
points.
No point.
75,000 channel points.
You could say I've been here a while.
You could say I've been here a while.
You could.
Yeah, so okay, that is amazing. All right, so you've got a fourth attunement slot. Delightful.
It's nice.
It's
nice.
Nice.
I want to like celebrate that in some way, but I have no idea what to do with 75,000 ally points.
Wheel of Chaos?
I have no idea either. That's quite a lot.
You know what? For that, I'm gonna throw into contention today. We just finished our first compendium of the Magnificent Mythologies.
Ooh.
So it includes Bashir's adventure and 2 of Dungeon Glitch's adventures. This is our compendium 1. There is I will offer up a free copy of that today to be raffled off, I think, for
Wow.
Awesome.
for 75,000. So yeah, so you can win delightfulness. And there's what you can do.
What the hell? Are we starting up another raffle or?
No, you just have the same raffle, and we will just pick 2 winners.
You can pull multiple times on it, which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, very excited about that. And congratulations, Lando, for your 4th attunement slot.
Yeah.
Love it. So, now, as you put on the robe of eyes, you are now seeing in 360 degrees, and you can see everyone. all the craziness that is going on, everyone preparing. You definitely see a lot of wounded people in the crowd as well, still trying to pick up swords and armor, getting back. Like, you know that, like, they've survived a couple waves now of attacks. And where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do?
So we were originally headed to the temple, right? To like coordinate.
To the
Yeah, we're
castle.
to the palace on the third
Palace.
tier.
Hmm.
Oh boy. Things are.
So as you begin to head up through the palace to the palace, you head up through the second tier of the city, and you see that some of the larger houses seem to have been converted into hospitals, where the wounded are being tended. You continue moving up. You see that the halls of industry are just going full bore. For many, many years, much of the industrial section of the city had fallen fallow because the hidden gnomes and kobolds were actually the ones doing most of the industrial production in secret in the bowels of the mountain. But now they've moved out into the city proper, and the industry is being picked up again, and you see so many, especially crossbows, bows and arrows. There's so many Fletchers going at this point. And you see much larger siege equipment being created as well, things like ballista and catapults, which would be especially effective from a 2-mile high island onto armies on the ground. You keep moving towards the palace, and you see the gorgeous wrought iron gates before you. You see that the palace is still only half there, and that the giant illithid ship is still on the grounds, though the creature that was the living part of the ship has been taken apart. And so only the shell seems to be left. But you see the teleportation circle to Delver's Dream, just outside the palace gates. And as soon as you appear, several of the guards come rushing up and say, "They're here! Oh, thank you so much! Thank you so much!" They're all sort of looking around at each other, making sure that none of them are sort of talking too loud, because that's considered rude in this section of the city. So it's this initial sort of, and then, "Oh, yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we're going to, I'll take you to Granny immediately." And as you step into the throne room, you see that Granny's not on the throne. She has set up a war table in the middle of the throne room, and the various rulers of the different sections of the city are all there planning their next moves. As she sees you, she gives a little, "Have you come to help? Is that why you're here?"
Of course.
Oh,
In part.
I also have a couple of new resources that I want to drop by and see if there's anything we could do with them.
well, it seems like there's a whole lot going on then, isn't there?
Yes, there have been some developments. I've had Frostbane on his hip.
Oh, also, there was a situation that we need to inform you about. Delver Streams is gone.
I'm so sorry. There's, what do you mean Delver's Dream is gone?
It was
It's-
teleported to. Do we know where it was teleported to?
Celestia, Mount Celestia.
Yes, there, that.
In Celestia.
I'm sorry, what?
And Coratan is out cold.
You
I mean,
see,
he's
Corton's
probably okay
touchstone
now.
went a little awry, and it triggered a failsafe. Technically, it is fine. It's just currently in Celestia.
It just moved.
Yeah. We're trying to figure out how to get it back, but the good news is we cleared Kielnasi's army out of the pass and punched a hole through there, and I believe we killed her spy master.
That was
well,
something different, but yeah.
it's a little complicated on the nature of that death, but
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. So I feel like what you're telling me is that we are not going to be getting reinforcements from Delvers, or I mean, Delvers was the center of this whole teleportation system that got set up. So
The Systems Foundation has teleported to Celestia.
We haven't tested the circles to see if they still work yet.
Which is another thing that we're planning on
Okay.
doing here.
And you see her sort of eyeing all of the other rulers as everybody can give me an insight check.
Uh-oh.
Gorf's gonna offer them chicken wings.
Inside, I can do insight.
Hey, Gorf,
Good.
you can wait on the goddamn chicken wings until after this insight check.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, wow, yeah. You're not
Gorf
doing
may
great.
be offering those chicken wings.
Malik, save us.
14.
I've got 21.
Nice.
Okay, so with a 21, you instantly recognize that this sort of coalition is very frayed. There's like Granny's obviously in charge, but it seems like just barely is she hanging on to power in this situation. And you see a lot of the heads sort of turn to Granny and say, so reinforcements?
We may be able to move reinforcements from the Delver's Dream front, simply because we have eliminated a significant offensive from Kilnasi and came out with more surviving troops than we expected. We're trying to get Delver's Dream back to the material realm as quickly as we can, which is one of the reasons we're here.
Granny seems almost on the verge of tears as she is being told all of this insanity. Like, she's just...
But also, Crothat, you had some resources you thought Granny could use,
Yes,
right?
resources.
We do have good news as well. And Kilnasi's spy mistress and Leviathan are out of play.
So first it wasn't, so it's not necessarily Kilnasi's spy mistress. This was an asset. This was Mephistopheles'
Mhm.
Oh,
spy mistress that was
Mephistopheles'
given as
spy
an asset
mistress.
to Kilnasi.
Oh, Mephistopheles' spy mistress, who was,
She was
in
like-
the service of Kilnasi.
She was like on
Oh,
loan.
that crazy blue bitch that showed up here right before the Illithid.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
currently trapped in his sword.
I'm sorry, what?
He's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
trapped
pull
in
out
his-
Frostbane from my sash and hold it out.
We
Yeah,
have
I
her
kind
body.
of traded
We've been
places.
dragging an unconscious body with us this entire time. We just to the city to stick her in it so we could hand her over.
I still think we should, do something about that. But yes, her soul points at the unconscious body is in this now, and by extension, I have control over her touchstone.
As you say that, I'm going to need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, you said the naughty word out loud.
Yeah, let's see how.
Oh, that's a
20.
That's a crit.
Oh,
And
damn.
a
Okay,
35.
You feel the sword as soon as you say "I have control over." You feel the sword start sort of shaking in your hand, and there is this instantaneous mental battle between you and Barash.
I just swat the side of the blade like the snout of a dog. Hey, behave.
All right, that's super fun. Absolutely, you do. As this happens, I am going to need
That's way too high for a number. Let me fix that.
everybody who is connected to a planar touchstone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to spend the advantage and make that a 28.
I feel like that's a good call. Yes.
And remember, if you're within 10 feet of me, you get a +5 on this.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that means that I actually have a 12.
A 12.
18.
All right.
Mm.
Ithul,
20.
you make it. Gorf, you make it. If you've got the +5.
Yeah.
Crow, you do not make it.
I-
Oh.
Ithul, I'm actually going to need you to do this at disadvantage as you now have 2 touchstones.
Oh.
15 then.
15. So, Ithul, you get this resonant blast from your 2 touchstones. Tell me, what does it do to you as you just download a huge amount of information about, like, worlds that may never have existed or might never exist but could possibly exist, and you get their entire histories just downloaded into your head from these touchstones?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. The best way he could possibly describe it is standing atop a massive bell tower right underneath the bell as it rings, basically with him inside of it.
Absolutely.
And you guys just see him like recoil, and his tentacles just kind of like start lashing out, and he kind of just like falls onto the ground, kind of like rolling around. No, whoa, okay, no, hi, no, okay. Okay, that is a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of places. I don't know if they're real. I don't know if I don't want them to be real. I do. Is that mean? Oh God, make it stop.
There are also some side effects to having a large number of planar touchstones bonded in the same area, which we have been learning over the past 36 hours or so, and result in I'll kind of look at Ithul reacting to all of this. Result in
I
that,
can
and
hear
Delver is-
reality growing.
Hey, Crow.
Oh,
What happens to you as you get blasted with the same thing?
Crow's eyes just dilate, and his mouth just goes agape. His arms just fall immediately to his side, and his knees buckle. He just falls to his knees, and he just stares off into the distance for a moment. And you kind of look at what his now dragonborn ears, and just see a small trickle of blood. And it's like And he kind of comes to and looks over, just we need to go to Bandersnatch. There's a phoenix feather upon an eagle's butt. I need to go. And he kind of stands up and immediately turns to the stage. He's I think he reaches the door and just fuck's a Bandersnatch.
As all of this is happening, you see Granny suddenly flash rainbow in front of you, and when it's gone, she's suddenly different, and everyone at the table is like, Granny, you need to get a hold of yourself. That is inappropriate. And what you see is Granny seems to be attuned to a touchstone
Nice.
that has something to do with the phlogiston, with the rainbow sea.
Oh God.
You all feel another piece of the crystal sphere slam into place now that Granny is experiencing this. And she seems to change into what looks like a warforged. And none of you
The
know
Kakati
this,
vampires are at war.
but essentially what is happening to her is suddenly because she has lost control of her touchstone, she started channeling Eberron.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
On the plus side, that's a very good realm to channel when you're in a large-scale war.
Yeah, right.
Hello, Eberron.
Right.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm
As far
broken.
as potential specialist knowledge to channel, definitely the right setting for it.
Mhm.
At the moment.
Absolutely. But you now know that Granny's
Granny?
got a touchstone.
Just a ballpark question here. Have you ever, I don't know, touched a source of massive cosmic power before in your lifetime at all?
Look, it wasn't meant to happen. It only happened after we had been researching the Nautiloid ship for a while. We had cleared it out of everything that was in there, and then I went in to go and see exactly what was going on there. And when I tried to activate the controls, suddenly, and she tries to discuss what happened to her, but instead of any words coming out, suddenly there is just this spray all over the table of like gears and bolts coming out of her mouth. And you realize that it's the same thing with you. She just tried to talk about the planar touchstones, and the chaos of the universe just manifested and won't allow it to happen.
There has to be a way, like, it fills our minds with information about all things that is, were, and never will be, and yet it won't let us talk about any of it.
At some point, we just kind of have to work around the limitations we know are there. But I could think of no one more qualified to have this particular power than Granny. So, you know, at least it's in good hands.
Yeah.
Even if we really do need to just kind of send a message out to the allied cities. Another thing to put on the list while we're here, just kind of, hey, there are consequences to having a bunch of people bound to these things in the same area at once. Be aware of that.
Yeah.
We apologize greatly for the inconvenience, but I'm sure you can see, and Granny is very aware of the urgency of what we're trying to do on that front.
Absolutely.
I grab Malik by the shoulders and shake him real quick in like just this crazed desperation. I'm like, just answer me one simple thing. What is Aslan and what the fuck is Narnia?
Damn it.
Yeah. These are important. These are very important questions.
Well, Aslan was a
need to be
Leonin.
asked.
I don't know what the hell
Is it
Narnia
Narnia?
is.
No.
I also saw something about a giant at the top of a beanstalk, but now I'm just getting confused.
Pretty sure that's a pretty normal environment for giants, actually.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
almost
great.
stereotypical, really.
Nobody wants stereotypes. I mean, come on now. There's as you watch, she says, it's quite interesting the power that we have. And she looks around the table as she says power, and she's like, the power that I wield now. And everyone sort of like, you know, sits back. There's and she's like, I can't really control it. I don't really know exactly how it's gonna go most of the time, but you know what I can do now is, and she waves her hand, and she sort of like, as she does sort of like immediately so like ready to hurt herself. Suddenly there is a huge construct standing right next to her, ready to go. you all wouldn't know exactly what it is because you haven't been to Eberron, but it's a Warforged Titan.
Nice.
And she says, I never, it just sort of depends on what's going on with the touchstone at different times. But I seem to be able to bring forth these creatures that none of us have ever heard of.
You can summon armies from other
That's pretty neat.
realities?
Well, one.
Oh,
It's
You
still
know,
a very
not a
useful
whole army.
ability in the current situation.
it's still useful, incredibly useful.
But
But
I absolutely agree. The issue is, and then she sort of unsummons it, and you hear from behind you this, oh God, where was I? Oh, God.
Oh.
Where was I? What's going on? And she's like, yeah, apparently I transfer a random person near me to wherever the hell that's going. Oh,
I look
Whoa.
behind at the poor thought. I just got planar shift. Like not even planar shift, more reality bent.
Yeah.
I
what
think
did-
he just went where my brain did.
You're okay.
Right.
You're back home. Where
Right.
did you go? What did it look like? What was there?
He looks around at all of his friends. He doesn't want to talk too loud because that's rude, you know. So he sort of like wanders up a little closer. He's like, "Well, it was fucking crazy." There's like mechanical people wandering around, and there's seems to be a lot of people with these weird marks all over them, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. There's a lot of things. A lot of things
Who wants to
happening.
volunteer for being a guinea pig to get sent there?
Let's just, well, any guinea pigging should happen when we're not currently in a massive war.
Also, I don't
Right,
believe
right,
Granny
yeah,
has much
sorry.
control in who she ends up sending.
So, sorry, Crow, have you passed Granny all the like materials that we were plotting to that might be useful for her?
Oh yeah, let's get into that. And I like put my like sack onto the war table, open it up. Well, these were created by Diadem and Phoenix. We're calling them flame rules, highly explosive. Don't throw them. I just wanted to give you those so you can experiment on them, see if we might be able to do something with them. And here are like 10 nimble rights, like defunct nimble rights that we ended up being the shit out of back in Balin. Wanted to see if you might be able to reverse engineer those with your new mechanical form. Maybe that will give you an advantage in this. I have no idea. But just thought it might be able to help bolster our forces out there. If we had folks on the front line that weren't sentient things that could die and never be able to be brought back.
Absolutely. There's as you start handing these over, her eyes just light up. She is a gnome and she loves cool new things, right? As this is all happening, she then sort of looks at you and she looks like she's about to sneeze. And when she does, her form shifts again. And now she sort of looks like a little misty and sort of very pale. And there's like now sort of this aura of despair around.
Ooh, oh
She's not really
no.
sure what's going on there.
So a little bit of Barovia.
A little maybe,
Oh,
maybe,
no.
little dread, little domain, and some dread. There's yeah. So she's gonna grab this. She's gonna call several of her kobold and gnomish allies over and say, take these into the mine, begin working on them, seeing if how exactly does this work? And she's looking at the stuff, the explosive things that you gave her.
They contain a lot of elemental fire within those crystals. I'm not sure if you'll be able to harness that energy in order to power the nimble rights, because once again, a lot of elemental juju going on. But if you throw them, massive exothermic release of magical fire.
Ooh, That sounds fantastic. And you remember that she had set up with her gnomes a whole contraption that were little portals to the plane of fire. She says, oh, if these are elemental crystals, we can probably use them and then recharge them using the plane of fire itself. We could probably do that. That's very interesting. Ooh, this could be quite interesting. And she's sort of talking to some of her friends, and they all head off.
I knew I brought that to the right person.
Excellent. Going to look to someone else? Also, we're all quite badly injured. Could we get a room for the night?
And she says, oh my goodness, of course. Of course you can. Oh, good Lord. I am such a terrible, I'm so sorry. I'm just, there's a war.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh.
Are our
We get
rooms
it.
still here?
Well, the rooms themselves are, but, they've shifted back to their original states.
Of course.
And right. Probably some sort of war crimes trial and or execution for Barash.
I'm not sure if you want to kill her, because I'm not sure what that'll do. If we destroyed her physical body, I'm not sure what it's going to do with her soul, or the thing that we cannot name that she holds possession to.
We should just keep
well,
it on ice.
It should
So what
unbound.
happened, don't forget that Barash's body is now, I believe, inhabited by a white Abishai.
Oh, yeah.
The soul
Right.
of a white Abishai.
Oh, so he like dipped.
Oh, I thought he
He
was
peaced out.
free and then plane shifted out. Like,
Oh, no, he did. Never mind. Yes. he
yeah,
did.
Oh,
it's
Sorry, my
just
bad.
an unconscious body without a soul in it.
Yeah.
Body without a
So
soul.
Let's just put it
he
on
dropped his
ice.
body.
Put her on ice.
He'll get a new body eventually somewhere in hell, and he could come back as long as he doesn't bother us technically.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
So she looks at him. She's like, "You always bring me the most interesting presents."
You know,
Don't
novel
we
and
know?
ships.
What else would you expect from the Poison Brigade?
I don't know. A ship that's a planar touchstone, giant chests full of licked phylacteries. There's, I suppose I should just expect it now. Why don't you go and go freshen up a bit, and we can discuss this all when you're feeling a little better. And
Alright.
several guards come to you and sort of lead you down one of the hallways. You head past giant kitchen that Gorf
No
knows
one
very
blame you
well.
if you killed the body.
And there's just a whole hallway of these beautifully carved doors. What they do is, as soon as a guest steps through these doors, the room reconfigures itself to the perfect room for that guest. So we've all heard what the others are, but we haven't gotten Malik. So Malik, as you step through the room, as you look at it from outside the door, is just blank, and then as you step through, it sort of fills itself. How does it fill itself?
I think it's kind of like homey and cozy. Like it's kind of definitely arabesque architecture, so kind of arched windows and like the lattice work over the windows, like you can see outside. It has like a writing desk with like some letters and stationery and quills near it. Nice comfy bed, reasonably small wardrobe with like Shervanis and Shalwar-Khamis and similar clothing inside. Little
Absolutely.
like rack for his rack to put his weaponry in that isn't visible from the door, so it isn't like it doesn't immediately look warlike to someone visiting. Like kind of nice and cozy, basically.
Absolutely. There's so as you all sort of settle in for the night, is there anything that you want to do before you head to bed?
I was going to put in like maybe a half shift at like there was that thing set up to give medical attention to people who are injured, and I've still got some resources to heal people with. So Malik was basically going to put like an hour or two in and heal people to the best of his ability.
Absolutely. You find that there's an entire wing of the palace that is dedicated to that as well. So you don't actually have to go down into town
All
to help
right.
out with that. As you enter that, you see that the wounds seem to be mostly from like slashing attacks of some kind. But there are definitely a few wounds where like an entire limb has been removed.
Ooh. So let's see. Yeah, there isn't much I can do for a missing limb, but I will definitely move through and heal like all of the as many like standard injuries as I can of people who have
Absolutely.
slashing damage or I think technically lesser restoration lets you return someone's eyes, but that is the only major injury.
There's you can definitely help out. There are far more injured than this, and it seems strange that there are like there's nothing, like there's no attack right now, like it is very quiet. But obviously the first assault, whatever it happened to have been, must have been massive.
Yeah,
Given
I can imagine.
that there's probably like 3 or 4 dozen people who have been maimed in here, and then you think back to like the 7 or 8 other spots in the city that you saw that are set up like that, and that means that the people that have already been cured have already gone home. So it's taking a while to get to everybody. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think that's my priorities for.
Okay, fabulous. Anybody else? Anything fun and delightful that you'd like to get through before you take a little nap time?
Phil's just gonna place Frostbane down on the floor, sit down, cross his legs, and meditate.
Fabulous.
Crow is going to actually, he hasn't done it in a while, open up his Necronomicon that he has that has a lot of the history and lore of the orcs and their necromancy, and just go through it laboriously for a few hours, trying to see if there's anything that they might have overlooked on Kilnasi, anything that Kilnasi might have her eye on specifically, they might have overlooked.
So when you are looking in there are definitely some very interesting things that start popping up. You can make me what would this be? It would be a history check.
All right. Can it be investigation?
You've already investigated the
Okay, not a problem then.
book. Like,
Oh, sad times. 15.
oh, do we have any pluses or anything like that?
I think we used up all of our pluses in the previous battle. And want to give me advantage, that'd be sexy.
Here, I'll give you advantage.
If we want to help out our peeps. Lando apparently has all of the ally points.
Yeah, I still have a lot.
Oh, hell. Oh, thank you.
Oh, let's see, what was it? Okay, so
17,
right.
marginally better.
With a 17, you do find a few things. Because of your upbringing, you were never really taught the language, the basics of the language. Like you were taught places and things like that. But as you have read through these books, these histories, you've begun to pick up more and more of the language of non-Ked. And you understand that it is a language that is an additive language. So all the words are sort of compound words. and each syllable means a different thing. And as you put the syllables together in different ways, the word will change. And there is something that is quite interesting. When you look at the map, everything seems to center on the town called Bragidra. You know that Bragidra is the center of the worship of Dra, who is the god of Nanked. They go by many names, but Dra is the one that is most commonly used now. You know this space because it is a very unique temple in the world. It has fences, but no walls, because it is in fact a huge hot springs. You know a little about it. You know that the area is full of hallucinogenic and poisonous plants and animals, and that in order to become a priest, you are locked inside the hot springs for 24 hours after being fed a huge number of hallucinogens. And if you survive the experience, then you are allowed to begin your journey into the priesthood. As you've read this and you've read some of the notes surrounding this, there is a word that keeps coming up over and over and over again, that you couldn't really figure out what it meant before, but you now understand that it means underneath. Think on that for a time. Lando, is there anything that you would like to hear?
Dwarf is going to share all the chicken wings with the guards and people around the palace.
Yeah. Nice.
He's not gonna let that duffel bag go to waste.
Are you carrying around the still dripping duffel bag, or are you like putting them on plates? Like,
No, he's going to go in the kitchen and like zhuzh them up a little bit. And then like
then they
carry
will
like
happily accept
platters,
your
like
lovely
he's gonna carry
snack.
platters of chicken wings, and just hand them
Yeah,
out to the
absolutely.
guards and the people that are sitting on watch that look hungry, and
Yeah,
the
delightful.
servants
I
if they
love
want
it.
some too.
Absolutely.
And he'll bring
So
like a
as
stack
you
of
are doing
napkins.
all of you are doing your thing before you head to bed, and I think that will be a great place for a little break.
All right.
So we'll just take a little 5-minute break here, and everybody please head down to the About section of the page and go check out our fabulous sponsors. Thank you so much, Fine the Wise, for following. That is delightful. And we will be back in just a few moments to see just what the hell has happened to this poor little city and what's going to happen to our little friends here. I'm sure nothing. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Bye.
Hello. Oh,
Hey.
pardon me. Like,
Live, Kyle's
Classic.
death.
I'm fucking classy. I got class with a capital K. I sure do. There's welcome back, everybody. Our players have just had a delightful long rest, which is just glorious because that happens, I don't know, in real time, like every 2 months you get a long rest.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a good while.
Yeah. I like to keep you on your toes. Did we get a long rest? No, you're about to die. No, no, still
okay.
about to die.
I burned all of my spell slots and healing resources helping people in the hospice. So if we don't get a long rest, I am in trouble.
I mean, you're all in trouble anyway.
Yeah.
What aren't we in trouble?
You are in the middle of a war. So there's as you wake up and head back to the throne room, you see atop the table that something has changed. It seems as though someone has cast a spell over the table to show you in real time the entire country. You see the armies marching towards the gates. You see that there is essentially nothing standing between them and the city. And you still cannot tell, because of all of the dust, what is happening. As you enter, Granny looks to you, says, I'm not really sure what to do. None of the siege weaponry that we've been creating is done quite yet and won't be for several days. The Aarakocra can do some from the air, but not all that much. What have you brought us? What ideas?
Well, sorry to say, but I have another question. What fucked you guys up so badly the first go round? As we're making our way up the spire, like there were a lot of infirmed.
Well, it seems that there was some sort of experimentation going on a while back. We discovered that apparently Kilnasi had created some sort of undead harpy that bred like crazy. And somebody managed to get their hands on one of the eggs, and it just started growing and growing and growing and generated an entire army of these things. And as long as there's one of them left, they can have apparently an army of hundreds within a month. But that wasn't the thing that tore apart most of the men. We had prepared ourselves to face something different. The rock that makes its home in the mountains came swooping in one day. And while we set up our defenses to defend against one giant creature, just behind them was the army of harpies. They shattered our defenses, took out our archers, ripped them apart, literally sucked the life out of them, and used it to create eggs that they just dropped on the battlefield.
Well, that's a little too convenient. So the rock attacked at the same exact time?
Oh, we know. There was no convenience about it whatsoever. we know that the rock is being controlled.
Potentially another shapeshifter.
So now we're trying to prepare for another one of those attacks. We think we got most of the harpies, but people are finding a random egg here and there suddenly in their attic or getting attacked in their homes. The harpies apparently were smart enough to hide within the town before all of them could be destroyed.
Oh dear.
So we'll be facing them, I'm sure. But we also have an army at the gates now, and we can't tell exactly what they are.
Which means we're gonna need some reconnaissance so we can at least get an idea of what we're up against.
We've tried to send people to discover what's underneath the dust cloud, but none of them return.
We could do it.
Yeah.
You'd wade into an entire army just to figure out what it is.
I've done it before.
If we're gonna be facing it one way or another.
Oh, Lord.
How long
Listen.
till they get here?
It looks like it's gonna be maybe another 24 hours. And thank you so much for the raid, No Fame. Welcome on in. Welcome in. We're discussing what has just happened. The city of Jarsai, in the middle of the war, has been attacked by a rock and a whole series of undead harpies. They now are also facing an army at the gates that'll get there within 24 hours, and they have no idea when the rock and the other monsters are coming back.
I have some unfinished business with that rock.
Oh yeah, that's right, you do. It took all your stuff.
Yeah, you know my shit.
I love it. Oh my
Oh.
gosh! Last
Oh,
topic
yeah,
then. Thank
double
you so much
raid.
for the raid. That's amazing.
Hey, thank you
Welcome
so
on
much
in.
for the raid.
Welcome in. I will explain again. We were just talking about how the town that we are in, Jarsai, the elemental city, has been attacked by a giant harpy and undead, or a giant rock and undead harpies, and has an army less than 24 hours out from its gates. And because it's coming through the desert, the dust cloud is inhibiting their view. They can't tell what's going to be attacking. So they're trying to figure out exactly what to do. And our brave heroes are offering to head out and see what they can find. If it's going to be 4 people against an entire army,
We're going in for pure reconnaissance. We're getting information, we're getting out. Not that insane.
Well,
Yeah, it's important.
you guys probably don't need me for that. I think I have a way I could find the eggs.
Oh,
What do you have in mind?
really? Okay, do tell.
I've kind of learned some, rudimentary location magic for creatures and plants. I don't have a lot of them, but it would at least eliminate some of them.
Well, what are you talking about?
Above table, I have the locate animals or plant spell.
Oh, so
I'm trying to describe it in
Doesn't
Gorse vernacular, but
Doesn't
got
work
what you were
on
saying.
undead.
I could put the thing up in the VTT. It doesn't specify. It says describe a name or a specific kind of. Oh, it's a beast.
Dang it! They're
No,
terrible! No! Okay, never mind, I know nothing. I
Yeah,
can
no,
tell
you absolutely you can try.
if
You can
they're
try.
there.
Absolutely.
You could try
If they
tracking
were
down the
if they were
rock.
actually chickens, it would work.
I mean, actually,
I mean,
you could
chickens
attempt to
are beef.
combine it with either, like, the mode of darkness within me, or even You turn into a massive skeletal titan. I'm sure your player touchstone can help you.
I mean, I also have primeval awareness, and that's
Yeah.
able like put that in.
What
Absolutely.
type
Thank you
of
for the follow,
feat
Jew.
do you track with primeval?
I can do undead. It just doesn't tell me the location or the number. It just says yes
Or
within
no.
a mile. Yes. So,
So,
Yeah.
yes.
you know, it'd be like that.
I was
So
trying to
I'm gonna
help.
need you to let me know what you want to do.
I'd look over to Crow and, hey, quick question. You know,
Yeah.
this just throwing this out there, you know, possibly, most likely, definitely needs to be like last resort option. But
Of
how
course.
about,
Oh my
uh,
god!
Shit.
Thank
oh,
you so
nice.
much, dude. That's amazing.
Oh my
We
god!
love community subs.
Hey,
Jude Law, the
nice.
actor, just
Yeah,
gifted
that-
us 5
that's right.
subs.
That's
The
right.
actor.
There's
the actor himself, yo?
this- Bashir, have you not been following us? Have
Evidently
you been playing on
not.
this
I thought I
channel?
That's so funny.
I thought I was. I scrolled down on the thing. I was like, why isn't
That's
that?
hilarious.
Why is the follow
Oh my
button there?
Why is the follow
Four,
button there?
4, 5. So 4, 5 subs. What you get is everybody gets a roll on the Wheel of Chaos, which gives you all kinds of crazy things. And if we get to 140 subs today, I said at the beginning of the episode, we will be giving away an extra set of dice. We will do an immediate dice giveaway. Also, everybody who's new, please hit !raffle to enter the raffle to get some fabulous Phoenix dice. They are absolutely amazing. We love them. They're glorious. So, hey, Crow, give me that roll on the Wheel of Chaos, please.
All right.
There's, okay. So you get 1 inspiration, good sir. What about you, Gorf? What are you going to get?
Oh, sorry, I was typing another message. All right, there we go. Here y'all. Oh,
damn,
I
you
get
get
2
2
legendary
legendary
actions.
actions.
I wonder how I'm gonna
I
use
love it.
those.
All right. Okay, Malik, gimme.
I am inexplicably unable to type in chat.
Oh, that's weird.
Maybe because
Are
you
you
weren't
logged
following.
in here?
I am logged in. I did the follow. I'm clearly logged in, but I can't type in chat.
Yeah, no.
You want me to
It's-
roll
I
for
can't
you?
type in
It's
chat.
pissed off at you.
Here.
It's pissed off now.
I think there's something weird going on with my keyboard. I just can't figure out what.
All right, I just rolled for you. Oh, you get 4 legendary resistances.
There you
Holy
go.
hell.
That's
All right.
delightful. All right, Ithul, give me that Wheel of Chaos, please. Ooh, and you get 6 key points. Fabulous. That'll be super fun. And then I get,
Ba-ba-da-ba.
let's see. Oh, I get 2 hit points.
Nice!
Nice.
Yes!
That's right.
Ugh.
That's right. Nobody
I-
wants to help me out with an advantage.
No,
Like, yeah,
you're
bullshit.
good.
Whatever. You guys are all monsters.
Listen, that 2 HP is gonna come to bite us in the
Ben.
ass.
Sven just got 6 sorcery points. Yay!
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely. And thank you so much for that. If we just FYI, if we hit hype trains, then they get all kinds of fun and delightful things for the entire episode. So if anyone wants to throw some bits or some subs our way, absolutely. But now, what do you actually do?
Yeah, he looks over to Crow. It's like, okay, so last resort option kind of thing here, but you control the wind elemental under some influence, right?
What are you trying to propose here?
Well, I control the water elemental,
Uh-huh.
and, you know, maybe they could do something together, but if worst comes to worst, maybe we have gigantic paddle that we're standing on and we can smash armies down below on the ground.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Are you
What?
proposing
You
that we
wanna-
throw the city at it?
More like use it as a hammer.
There are a lot of people living on this city.
So many people would
Well,
die.
you don't
Yeah,
have
even
to
I know
crush
that's
the whole
kinda
dang
fucked.
thing. You don't have to crush the whole thing. And like I said, it was the last resort option if worse comes to worse.
Aren't all three of you attuned to elementals now? Like elder elementals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Can they
our
like hold
combined
hands
forces-
and do something cool?
Yeah, look, and I hold up Frostbane and I try to summon Leviathan.
Oh! In here?
No.
Yeah, there's absolutely crazy stuff going on. As
Does he summon Leviathan?
as you see this happening, Granny is just gonna look over at you. She's just gonna come up. Are you in your human form or your illithid form?
Human right now.
Human. Awesome.
Yeah.
She's just going to come up and she is just going to smack you over and over and over again. Like, what are you talking about? You do not get to kill everyone in the city. You go back to your damn room.
I never said anything about killing everyone in the city.
What you're proposing
I
would
would've-
have...
Obviously, you
The
evacuate the
consequences-
state. You evacuate first.
We can't
I think if that was
evacuate
common
the
sense,
entire
you wanna-
city.
Ow. They face Earth now.
I think we got a very important question in chat. We got.
How
and
many
thank you for the bits. Yeah, how many bits to summon Captain Planet Elemental?
Well,
That was actually another idea.
Yeah.
You know, see if Leviathan.
You guys all touch your touchstones together and chant about recycling and
God.
stuff.
By our powers combined.
We only have the four elements. We don't have the heart yet. We don't have the
Yeah, and fire is in Delver's
What are you talking
breed.
about? We got the heart of the hag.
Oh, yeah, we have fire!
Yeah! It's a little
I
scuffed,
feel like
but it'll
that
work.
absolutely would create like the most hateful anti-Captain Planet ever.
She's like
We're
glittering
capitalist.
constantly everywhere.
No, it's just
Hey,
that
at
one.
least-
It's just that
At
one
least
parody
maybe
video.
Two
where
by two
Captain-
don't make you feel like Ursula.
Oh, with Don Cheadle.
Yes,
He's
it's
just
the
killing
Don Cheadle video.
everybody.
Where Captain Planet saves the environment by killing a bunch of people. Never in apology again.
Captain Planet!
Oh my
Right as I was drinking.
No people, no
As it
problem.
should be.
Breathe.
Exactly as it should be. There's
Oh, God.
yeah, absolutely. So aside from trying to shatter the entire city, what other plans are we gonna put in motion here?
So
I'm
I
gonna
think
find
we're-
the eggs.
I think we might be best off
Definitely
either
need to
hunting
find
down
those.
the rock, since we have a good chance of permanently killing it if we can get it.
I say
Going
we
for
turn
the
it on
egg.
our side.
Which we'll need to do some planar touchstone weirdery, but we might be able to track them down and destroy them permanently. Or scouting the army, which will be difficult, but I think I can manage it with Earthglide, as long as they don't have anything with Earthglide. And if they do, that swiftly goes very badly for me.
Yeah, because you'd be alone with no backup.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, we could do a aerial and ground scouting. I could take to the skies, you could take to the ground, and we could both try to figure out what's in there.
Right, but
I
the
can
problem
also
with
help
spotting
from
from the
the
air
skies.
is the giant dust cloud, so we need some way to get rid of that, which we
I got you.
could combine the power of our touchstones
True.
and try to like forcibly settle that dust cloud, possibly also choking some of that army if it has anything organic in it.
I agree with this. Let's try it.
So you're gonna try to use the power of the air and the power of the earth.
Yep.
Fabulous. All right.
We're on scouting duty.
I love it. Describe to me what you want to attempt.
So I think we're trying to use the power of air and earth to kind of force the dust down into the ground so the army isn't covered by it anymore, and we can just get a clear aerial count from the city of what's coming.
Okay,
at
so
us.
what I'm asking is, what are you going to try to do to the cloud itself? Like, how are you going to attempt to settle it?
Like push it down, pull the earth in it back down to the ground, or like with both like a giant downdraft and like the earth itself, like basically shape earth effect of making it attracted to the rest of the earth instead of going up when it's trampled on.
Push the air
Okay.
down and pull the earth in.
Yep.
Okay, so I understand like trying to
like
shift
mechanical
essentially.
effects.
So trying to shift the what the ground is made of, so that it will be less. It'll be much more difficult for the dust to come off of it.
Correct.
And then what do you want to do with the air?
Disperse the dust, like the dust that's already there, because there's a different cloud of dust.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, if we can essentially make it so that
away.
the direction of the winds are going the opposite of where they're trying to head. So rather than them being obscured by it, it's just kind of making a trail behind them.
Okay. So attempting to alter the physical aspects of a desert.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the weather patterns above the desert.
Correct.
Okay,
Betcha.
let's try it.
If you guys need help, let me know. This should be interesting. I want to see how this turns out.
All right, we can head out on. And I just like take off Kalada's tooth and summon her. And she's bigger now. She can actually carry us.
Fabulous. Well, you can get to the edge of the island and you can see very clearly exactly where this dust cloud is coming from. So I want you to tell me first, what sort of a ritual, how are you going to try to summon the power to alter the desert?
Was this one directed at both of us, or was this one
Sorry,
directed...
Bashir, to start with the earth.
Geez, I don't know. I'm improvising here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. I'm going to.
Oh, we do.
So, if you can get me to the ground, I'll earth glide into the earth and like, I could channel some of my own spell slots into it. I'm not sure how like weirder uses of the planar touchstones work beyond, you mentioning that we should be like give it a shot. Let's see.
Absolutely.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be just better to get the desert wet?
I was about to actually suggest that. I could make it rain.
Oh,
That
shit!
sounds like a much better plan.
That's way better than
Like,
you're coming up with.
you're actively attempting to like alter the crust of the planet.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going way overboard, but like seriously,
Just
all
make
three
it
of us, like if we work together, we
muddy.
could literally make a torrential downpour.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you absolutely. When you say that, Branny is like, oh, of course. Yes, we've got. She sort of whispers to a couple of her attendants, and they run out into the city. And in a few minutes, they've brought back several druids. And she's like, I'm not sure why we didn't think about this before, but absolutely, we could totally do that. So, all right, let's try. And the druids are all going to combine their energies. None of them are powerful enough to do a whole lot on their own, but when they combine their abilities, they're able to do a ritual that can alter the weather. How would you like to impact this with your touchstones?
I'm not sure if there's much I can do here with Earth, but I feel like wind definitely would be helpful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm going to begin to kind of form a, a, a small hurricane, as it were, augmenting their own like ritual spell with winds aided from the mass elemental that we're on. Probably it kind of like decreases about a mile, like descends about a mile as I take a portion of its form to aid in this brief tempest.
Atul will
Absolutely.
point Frostbane at the hurricane as he forms it, and he'll start focusing every bit of moisture he possibly can from as far as he can directly into the cloud mass.
Oh, okay. So what you begin to see first is liquid from the bay, from the water genasi section of the city, starting to get pulled off of the bay. Waves start coming up harder and harder on the surrounding sections of the city, starting to do a little bit of water damage to them as it's just being pulled up into this elemental. As it gets wetter and wetter and wetter, part of it starts coming out, and you watch as you directly between this section of the city and the army is the fire genasi section of the city. And so as this starts separating out, this massive hurricane just starts ripping through the fire genasi section of the city. First thing I'm going to need is you are using 2 planar touchstones together is a wisdom saving throw. And you'll be getting yours at disadvantage. Mr. Tool.
20! Whoa!
Okay, so 20.
Give me
All
one
right,
sec here.
You're fine. You're holding on to it. You're doing the thing.
Look over at Thule just with like a very worried face. Oh my!
18.
Okay, all right. With
18.
23 or with an 18,
Solid.
you're still okay.
All right.
I will need some from Gorf and from McCall. Malik, I'm sorry.
McCall.
24, baby! Yeah!
20.
All right, a 20. All right, so you can feel this resonance happening, but you're starting to get used to it now.
What about Granny?
You're doing your thing. You do see Granny suddenly like get a wave of rainbow and then pop into a different form, which this time looks like she's wearing a toga and like there are constellations in her eyes.
Nice.
And there's you realize that she's just visiting Theros, apparently.
Channel the power of Theros is equivalent of Zeus.
Right.
She is the living rainbow bridge.
She is. She's delightful.
She's
So-
the Bifrost.
Yeah, she is. She definitely used to go marry Heimdall now. Like, I mean, who wouldn't though?
Honestly.
I mean-
Especially
let's be real.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Yeah.
Let's go. Like
100%. 100%. As this hurricane now begins devastating the fire genasi section of the city, you see, thank God that most of the buildings there have been reinforced using the rubble of some of the other buildings. The damage isn't as bad as it could have been, but there's still a lot of damage being done as this thing heads out into the desert. This army is probably about 20 miles from the gates at this point. The hurricane starts whipping through the desert, creating what it starts looking like it's creating its own sandstorm, but the rains do keep the sand in check. It gets about 5 miles. And now I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from each of you to see if you can actually, this is now a huge endeavor when
I'm
it
gonna
comes
pass
to
Bardic Inspiration to both of you, so just, add a D8 to this.
Oh, Gorf.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Oh, not Gorf? Or...
Oh, adding a D8. Got it.
Oh.
Mhm.
I just rolled.
And remember,
Bro.
you can roll the Bardic Inspiration test twice and take the better one.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a 3, and I'll take the 5. 18.
All right, so 18. Okay.
I'm going to use
Thule,
my
did
last
you get-
inspiration to re-roll that.
Yes, please.
Ah! Wait, that's a natural 20.
Natural
No,
20 on my
that's-
con save.
That's
Nicely
Mallard.
done.
And you do get a +5 bonus if you are near me.
Okay, yes. So with the 21, you will absolutely be able to maintain this. And what you are seeing is that now the desert is turning. First of all, you are seeing flash flooding happening throughout the desert for miles around what's going on here. And the entire desert seems to be turning into mud where the hurricane is. There
Worst things
is,
could happen.
right, there's now, you're gonna go another 5 miles closer. And I'm gonna need another concentration check, please. Let's see what you can do.
Wait, does this count as concentrating on a spell or just concentration? Oh,
Yeah.
then I get advantage because, sorcerer.
Ooh, all right. So with 25, yes, you make it. What about you, Crow?
Is this everyone each time, or just Crow and Nathul each time?
Just Crow and Ithil, because they're the ones that are concentrating on their
Ooh,
stuff.
that's a 10.
Ooh.
Please tell me you have an inspiration.
You still get that +5 from being near me.
And a +5, so that's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
going to be
Okay.
oh boy, that's I don't
So
have any
you
math.
make it.
22.
The flooding, so the heat of the desert is increasing the power because you are maintaining the directional forces of the wind and the moisture. The heat from the desert is actually increasing the power of this hurricane.
Nice.
You are now starting to see like chunks of the desert being ripped up and thrown out of the top. And it now doesn't look so much like a hurricane as like a giant tornado that's like several miles wide.
Oh boy.
Hey, Malik, could probably help.
Yeah, I will try and get in on this to at least direct the Earth towards the enemy. Towards the other.
And Gorf, you have lightning. Throw it in. Why not? Screw it.
Anything you guys can do to help us out would be really good right now.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Malik, are you going? You're gonna help?
Yeah.
Tell me what you are going to be trying to do.
I'm basically trying to do damage control on the flying Earth that's being ripped up, and first I'm trying to draw off some of the strain of casting this from the other two, and I'm trying to make sure that like all this Earth is flying around and being torn up, and we don't want it hitting the city and like at like friendly structures and the like. So I'm basically trying to make sure it shoots out in the right direction, more or less.
Fabulous. I love it. Gorf, what are you going to be doing with all of this?
Gorf wasn't paying attention, so
Throw some lightning.
Nothing. Okay.
no. How far away is it from the city?
It's
Are
not
we
like
trying to-
10,
Currently, it's
15
10 miles.
Okay, so it's far. Okay,
Yeah, I'll make it a stormy lightning,
Oh my God.
and it's
buddy.
gonna attack all the warforged that might be there. Fry their circuit.
No. Okay. So
Circuits.
both
First,
my characters
because
are
you
very
now-
abusive to Warforged, apparently.
because you are now attempting to combine 4 planar touchstones
Uh-oh.
to make this thing happen, I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw from each of you.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Remember,
Let's see.
I'm gonna
Ooh, of
use
course, that's not
inspiration.
great.
20.
wisdom, let's go. Yeah, that's another 20. That's 25. Thanks to Malik.
So Malik, you have 15.
Yep, I have 15.
Okay.
No. Wait,
All
but you're
right.
next to Azul, so you have +4, so it's 19.
Those don't stack. You only take the highest of them.
I know, but you don't benefit from your own.
No,
I do benefit from my own.
yeah, it is.
Oh, you
It's
do? Oh,
automatically
never mind.
calculated in it.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So everybody's just getting +5.
There's +5.
Don't forget that
Technically,
we
mine's
did
one
get
higher.
100. We did get 100 bits, so there is a +2 available.
I have 4 legendary resistances. I'll burn one of the legendary resistances.
Oh yeah,
And
Yeah.
you just-
There you go.
easy
Fabulous.
GG.
That's why we do the Wheel of Chaos. So the,
Yeah.
the
I
fun
also have
stuff.
inspiration in my pocket right now.
All
right.
Does anybody want to add anything else to what's going on?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'll try and suck up a few souls if there's any present into soul coins, but I doubt there is, just because zombies and
do
soul
you
are
want to
machines. But
activate-
hey,
Do you want to activate both of your planar touchstones at the same time?
you know what? That's probably suicide. So no.
No.
I don't want to go full Ursula just yet.
No.
There'll be there's a moment in time.
For some reason,
Yeah,
I feel the need to
there'll be
subjugate
moments.
a mermaid princess.
Yeah, no, these are important things. Everybody needs a mermaid prince. All right, as you are doing this, you are beginning to see something happen at the edges of this hurricane. There are these sort of strange dark patches that are showing up like sort of anti-light. But you are also watching as all of the debris is being supercharged with lightning and being thrown towards this approaching army. Now, mind you, you're still 10 miles away from the army, so it's currently not hitting them at this point.
They can't see it's coming, right? They're in the dust cloud.
Yeah, they can see the people at the forefront
Okay.
can see that this giant ass.
I like how
thing
this started just because
coming
we wanted to
down.
see what they were, and now we're like setting like a death storm against them.
It's like, you know what? Why waste any of our resources that we don't have? Let's just kill them. We'll let the elements deal with them.
Here's a hell death storm.
We may have accidentally created a permanent storm, but hey.
Who knows? Who knows? There's All right, now I'm gonna need that same concentration check from everybody to see if you can sit out another 5 miles. You're almost there.
We're
I'm
almost
just gonna
there,
use the
guys.
second legendary
23.
resistance.
You're
I'm
doing
just gonna
terrible.
pass.
Okay, all right, fabulous. So now it's fine.
I'm gonna burn another
Oh, I'm using an inspiration.
Ah,
Good. Oh, I have actually. I'm gonna.
That's a
I
crit!
forgot about the plus
there you go.
5. That's still 18. So I'm gonna.
yeah.
I'm gonna
So,
keep that.
all right, okay. So you each did everybody get over 17?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
All right, fabulous. You managed to maintain that concentration. This horrific hellstorm that you have created is still running towards it. You are now seeing some sort of shift in the armies now. There seems to be some consternation happening.
So
They're a little afeared.
They're just like,
Maybe
Oh.
walking into that isn't a good idea.
The Warforged are like trying to get the zombies to like move out of the way. They're like panicking because the zombies don't care. They don't see anything.
the Warforgeds have to so they're the ones who defend
Probably the
They're just
Thrykeen are like, ah, crap.
ah, shit.
Something very interesting happens in these last moments. A creature appears before you in the air, seeming to step out of nowhere. You recognize the face of Kilnasi. but she
Don't love that.
is flying on angel's wings. She stares down at you. Do you think you could rupture the fabric of my solar system, little children?
Come again?
Is this the game that you want to play with the new solar of the patchwork planet?
You're joking, right?
I hate it here.
What?
She
Gee,
is
thanks, I
not
hate it.
joking. In the Hunter's Harvest campaign, they combined all 4 of their planar touchstones and accidentally turned Kilnasi from a lich into an undead solar.
Uh-oh.
How the fuck does that even work?
How did
Well,
they
she
fuck up
is.
that hard?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
She looks down at you. She says, I will give you one chance. Just one. To face my armies as you should. Decide now.
Gonna like look over to Gorf on one side and Nathul, then over to Malik, getting back over to Kilnasi. Don't want to be so brazen, but I do believe I speak for all of us in saying, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that demand isn't even clear. As you should is relative.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure we can turn this off at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of doing its own thing.
What's done is done, bitch.
Sigh.
Did she say sigh? Because
Yes.
Okay.
Only the,
She's
only
like-
the pretentious
because she
say
can't
sigh.
she can't sigh
Pretentious.
because she's undead. She just
You ain't got no lungs.
Well, I suppose then we're going to have to reweave a little bit of fate, aren't we? And does anybody have proficiency in religion?
I do.
I do. I believe I do.
Anybody that has proficiency in
Yep.
religion would know enough about the angelic hierarchy to know that solars have the ability to see all kinds of different realities in their solar system. They are able to see a lot of the different vectors of how everything will go, which is why they will intervene in a small act to alter the course of a larger history.
Hmm.
You understand that in order to get what I want, I'm willing to shatter entire worlds. How about you? Nothing? Nothing to say? Well, why don't we just see what a 5th planar touchstone will do to your cute little dust storm. And you feel another piece of the crystal sphere slide into place.
How
killed
about another? And he throws in the hag's heart just for the fun of it.
It's like, listen, it's do or die.
I mean, so when the player touchstones connect, we are connected through them on some level, right? That's what's happened before.
Mm-hmm.
And Ithul used that previously to do a direct attack on the soul through the connection through the player touchstone of water. So this is a terrible idea, and it is a Hail Mary upon Hail Marys. But if she's willingly connecting her planar touchstone to us, Ithul might as well take the shot.
Take the shot!
And at least try and severely inconvenience her when she tries to subvert our thing by driving a spike into her soul.
I want to try and suck up as many souls from her freaking Warforged and her as possible. Just if not her, send all them into her as like collateral.
You're gonna try to
blast her.
shove souls.
No, don't
into
shove
her.
souls into her.
No.
That's kind of how she became the solar before. Not gonna
It's
lie.
a tiny nuke.
Oh, explode the souls. Got it.
Okay. I guess you know how your abilities
Absolutely.
work better than I do.
I don't know
Absolutely.
shit. But
Above-
anything that
above
anything
table,
that's
fucking
not
with
what she
souls?
wants.
Was what turned her into a solar. I mean, a lot of
Oh.
things were, but it was soul adjacent things.
Well, actually, how about rather than nuking her with the souls, I'm gonna
Rip
send
them
all the
from her.
souls into us.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Maybe-
what?
Wait, so
Okay.
if she's connecting a planar touchstone
Okay.
to us, can you sense that soul things have gone weird that have turned her into an undead solar? Because if so, you could try to undo that or drain it out of her somehow. And dealing with just an all-powerful lich is much better than dealing with an all-powerful lich solar.
Yeah.
She needs a downgrade.
Yeah, we could use the souls as fuel to pull her power out.
Soul tug of war.
Yes.
All right.
The power of friendship from the power of bitchitude.
Yeah, as long as she's willingly tethering herself to us, we need to use this opportunity for something.
Yeah. Let's beat
You know what? Soul power.
Okay, so you are going to attempt to do what exactly?
Basically the souls from the Warforged as fuel to drain her solar powers.
Oh, okay, so you are going
And
to
put it into us.
All right. Good. That's good. Okay. How does this play out?
No, who the fuck knows? Holy shit.
I feel like this is gonna end up with like
So this much
The Patchwork
much
Planet
power.
might just go back to being patch.
this much power is too much for the universe to handle. You can all hear the music of the spheres just screaming inside your heads.
Why is the universe such a little bitch?
Ithul, there's no way for you
Oh, yeah.
to control the power of both of your touchstones at the same time.
Can that guide me?
Honestly, if we had this one opportunity to slight kill Nasi, I think it's worth us focusing on beating the shit out of her for this one moment and then dealing with whatever's approaching later.
100%.
Yeah.
As you do all of this, you feel all of the clashing wills, but you also feel all of the connections between all of you. There is something at the heart of this struggle, and you all know that this is just the beginning of what this struggle truly looks like. As you attempt to bring the hag's power to bear, you lose control of frostband. Completely. The sword flies from your hand, impaling the ruler of the water genasi.
Okay.
You see her look in incredible surprise as she's impaled, and you watch as her entire form begins to cover itself with frost.
Uh-oh. That's an issue.
I know where this is going.
As it
Complete
does.
stack. Back good again.
Yeah. You see the frost covering of this woman shatter, revealing Barash underneath. She now holds Frostbane in her hand and has absolute control over it.
I'll get that back from you in due time. Don't you worry about that.
Before anybody else can speak, though, a few other things suddenly happen. Kilnasi screams as her essence, the essence of this solar, is ripped away from her. But all of that extra power channeled into this hurricane that you've created destroys the entire army. Now, as the hag has been activated and is being used to shift and convert souls, it looks as though everything is fine.
Uh-oh.
Everything's just fine. But as the rain finally reaches this giant dust cloud, you see the bodies of thousands of zombies and warforged and various other creatures laying still.
Can you make a soul story?
Until
He did.
He did.
A soul storm.
until you watch as the organic pieces in this army, the bones, the muscles, the hair, everything, begins converging, building itself up into something. You see the light of all of those souls begin to shine bright in the midst of all of these parts. Until wings begin to flap as a newly born hollow dragon is born. A dragon powered by all the souls.
I need his tooth.
You see it lift itself on the wind as Kilnasi fades away, screaming about her army. And Barash seems to step outside of time and space, escaping to somewhere else. This radiant dragon begins flying directly towards the palace, sensing the power held within. And as it does, you see a second giant shadow as a rock appears in the clouds above you, followed by an army of undead harpies.
Ooh, boy.
Well,
And that is where we will leave it
Oh,
for today.
Oh, dragon beauty!
Christ.
That's right.
Oh my god!
Holy
Yeah.
Oh,
So
boy.
you all just created the first hollow dragon on this plane.
What is a hollow dragon above table?
I think it's
A
a
hollow
divine dragon.
is an undead. It's an undead dragon that
Oh.
does like radiant damage.
Hmm.
And I'm not going to tell you anything else about it.
Is it nice?
It will be.
It's lovely.
Yes! Woo!
It's really sweet.
Awesome.
It's really sweet and
I love
kind.
it. I love it. Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know if to take that seriously or not. But
Yeah.
boy,
No,
oh
it's
boy, I
definitely
wanna
not. It's Kyle.
Yeah, it's Kyle. I want to make it my friend. I needed one of his talents. Be my friend.
Yeah. So
I
That's
have a
way
few
better than
ideas.
Kilnasi.
I have a few ideas.
Being-
you guys get to play with some rock and some undead harpies.
Oh, that rock is so fucking dead.
Kilnasi
No,
really
no,
miscalculated.
No, we are making that rock our pet.
Absolutely. I want to thank everybody for coming today. I had a delightful time ruining
Oh,
my
boy.
players' lives,
Abrupt music
as I
change.
normally do. Don't forget a few things. Hit ! raffle to join to get Dice Raffle and our magnificent Mythologies Compendium 1 we will be giving away as well today. Let us see what our favorite moments are today. Hey, Gorf, what was your favorite moment for this I feel like for us, this was a fairly chill day.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite part was when Malik was looking at the chicken, and I was just like, damn it, Gorf, but he would totally go up there and eat the harpy wing because it's a big chicken.
Absolutely.
And that's
Big
what he would
wing.
do, and he'd be like, oh yeah, good.
That's how that goes.
And just
And how they're
out Malik as a member of the
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
What about you, Crow? What was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment has to be split between Crow telling Kilnasi "fuck you."
Yeah.
Just like,
I thought she was gonna fucking kill you.
yeah, I thought it was gonna be squashed. Just like, and
Well, there was
I don't-
before. To be perfectly honest, before the hag got involved,
Yeah.
which definitely inspired me to do something a little different. But before that planar touchstone had gotten involved, honestly, it was literally going to be her using her abilities as a solar to drop that whole thing just right on top of the palace.
yeah,
Just going to drop
I
that
assumed
whole
as much.
storm on you.
That
It's
palace
like
is
teleport
not.
storm.
We have not been kind to that palace at all.
Yeah.
Not Lord ship, now massive storm. But the people also, the other part was just the fact that everyone in Jarsai just kind of hates Tullifers.
They kind of just think we're assholes
Every
anyway,
time we
so
show
whatever.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we
Every
prove them
time we
right.
show up, horrible things happen.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
it ends up
Absolutely.
being okay, but the results are.
Let's
The
be real. That
memes.
happens everywhere we go.
No,
Okay?
it
I
does.
feel like you all should just like have T-shirts that say, you know, correlation is different than causation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We need a
Yeah.
PR team.
We need a PR team. We need a T-shirt that just says "We're trying our best."
Yeah. You're like, no one else
Dude,
is trying to do shit.
Yeah, just T-shirts that say you think you can do
Have any
better.
of you,
Yeah.
how many of you have bet reality to try and save it?
Assholes.
Yeah.
Bunch of
Technically,
assholes.
we fixed
What about you?
hunters. We fixed the hunting group's problem. Mess up
You
this time.
did. That's delightful. I love that.
Yeah. Because usually we make it harder on the hunters.
Oh my
God. What about you, Malik? What was your favorite moment?
Oh god, the entire hurricane sequence. I realized that's already that was kind of in the previous one, but the hurricane sequence was great.
Yeah.
All the insanity. I'm 100% here for all the insanity. I love it. There's and it allows me to flex my creative muscles. Okay, how the fuck do I get out of this? Right? What's going on now? How do I make this? How do I do this without just shutting shit down? The question is always, what is the next step in this story? Really, if all this shit's going down, what's gonna happen next? You know?
If the army actually gets destroyed, then what?
Yeah.
What about Atul? What's your favorite moment?
Oh, Barash and that little bitch. That's gonna create a whole new side adventure for Athul. He's gonna hunt that down and.
You gotta get your sword back, man.
You put so much time and dedication into that sword, and now it's just gone.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's fine. It's a result of my choices. I'll live with it for now, but I'm getting that sword back.
Gor's gonna help hunt her down and be like, I could fix her.
I could fix her.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
Gorf. She's going right back in the sword.
No.
Can I just take a moment to appreciate that Kilnasi, with all of the power and foresight of a solar, made by far the biggest mistake, the only true mistake, which is showing up and thinking that we would be smart.
That we would be reasonable and logical.
I feel like that's why she just can't get it, because she literally comes from the world of the god of survival. So it's whatever you can do to survive. That's how she's lived for more than 1,000 years. So she just doesn't understand a group of people that
are just self-destructive nearly.
We'll do what it takes. It doesn't matter.
I think that was
you don't understand. Thul's already died once. He's willing to shatter himself if it means doing things the right way.
Right? Absolutely. Absolutely.
The last 2 sessions have been all the ways that plugging planar touchstones together can go horribly wrong. So it fits that things going wrong for Kilnasi was when she decided to plug herself into
She's just like, I'm gonna make it cooler.
Yeah,
I'm
going to turn this entirely to my will. But no one has control of this.
Yeah.
Hers may be more powerful, but we have 5.
Learning. It does not matter how powerful you are. These things are more powerful than you. Yeah. She just learned that lesson.
Yeah.
She's not gonna make that mistake again.
Humble.
Oh
boy. So we're now dealing with the normal Lich again. Yay!
Yay!
Just a normal bad guy.
A normal Lich that has, 1,000 years worth of stuff and is connected to a planar touchstone and has an entire country.
But I thought she completely faded.
No, we didn't kill her.
Yeah, no.
No.
She just, we took her, the divinity away. She's just well, fuck, back to planet A, I guess.
So now we know that thousands of souls plus the radiance of a solar creates a holy undead dragon, and
wait, is that dragon a solar?
With the hag's heart.
It has. I don't think it is a solar, but it just is imbued with that amount of divinity.
Maybe we don't know yet.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. I have to go talk to it.
Logic would dictate that the solar energy had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Why not mix with the souls of the things?
For a second there from the description, I honestly thought
it was a hag.
That no, there was argument A be a hag before we got to that point. It's oh shit, is this Rain bringing all the people that she turned into warforged and zombies back to life? No, not what's happening in the slightest.
You just put the souls back in the zombies and they have all their decrepit bodies. They're like, what the fuck?
They just regain sentience and they're just in immense pain because they're fucking rotting.
Well, their bodies their bodies are dead. So if you just
Yeah.
put the souls back in those bodies, they would just instantly die.
Yeah.
True.
So,
Dead bodies
I thought it was
going
gonna
to
be a winged hag solar. That's what I thought it was gonna be. I was like, and she's a really ugly hag.
Oh
I
no,
was like,
no,
God.
no!
Like, oh, a dragon. I was
already
like,
know,
oh, cool.
I already know. We're taming that dragon.
Oh yeah,
and
nah.
the rock.
Oh,
And
good
the rock.
Lord.
We're gonna name it something cool, like
Yeah.
Franklin.
Well, with that,
Franklin.
I think we should do some fabulous giveaways.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Good.
Yes, let's
Good.
give away some fabulous Phoenix dice. And for the last time this stream, let's talk about how Hero Forge is our fabulous sponsor, and we love them. So head over to Hero Forge to make your own 3D minis, which is fabulous. And you can, in fact, turn them into real minis. You can order them online, made of plastic or steel. You can even get them made in bronze, which is, I mean, that's the
Yeah.
hefty stuff. That's
Pretty cool.
like, if you want something chunky, that
Yeah.
you like, you know, this is a real gift. If you got a birthday or an anniversary coming up for somebody that loves them, do that. They'll be blown away. It's absolutely fabulous. There's Mac. The war is going interestingly. The Lich Queen has lost her solar powers now, but is still a very powerful Lich. And these guys combined their powers and created a hollow dragon out of an army that was approaching. So that's good.
Yeah.
times. So very excited about that. Yes. So
We
let's see who's
created
gonna
it, we
win.
can control it.
All right,
Who's
here we go.
gonna
Closing it up.
Who is gonna win?
And don't forget about the compendium giveaway.
Hold on.
Absolutely. Well, that'll be the second one. All right. So let's do some dice first.
Refresh.
Let's see. Let's see.
I am the
Drum
winner.
roll, Reese.
Alexander gets a fabulous dice. Yes.
All right.
Alex, send me a little note on Discord, and you will get some fabulous dice. And let's see who wins a delightful compendium. Who gets this, the first of its kind?
Jude Law, the actor.
Jude Law, the actor, no less.
The actor,
Law.
the actual actor, not just some
No.
random Jude Law.
Send me a note either on Discord, or you can whisper me here, and I will send you over instructions on how we can get that all set up for you. So that is super exciting. Thank you everybody for being here. And we are going to head out into a fabulous raid into one of the other members of our delightful stream team. Her name is Mendari. She does glorious world building, and we're gonna head over there right now. Remember, when Playnard Allies shows up in a raid, we tell them what we're bringing to the potluck. I'm gonna
Harpy
bring
wings.
right. Spicy harpy wings is what you're gonna bring. I'm gonna bring an undead army dragon to the potluck, as you do. And thank you again, everybody, for being here. Can't wait to see you this Friday for our newest magnificent mythology stream. We are going to have on Kaz the DM, who's going to be talking to us about some fabulous Indian mythology this week. So yay!
Excellent.
Come and see us then, and we will see you all later.
Bye, everybody.